Marcus Bolger. Number 15, AJ Hanson. Number 25, Anderson Miller. Fisk is coached by Kenny Anderson. He is assisted by Russell Claflin.
What's going on, Marlon?
And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Claflin University Panthers. Starting at goal, a 6'6" senior from Atlanta, Georgia, number 0, Claflin OJ. Starting at guard, a 6'6" senior from Daytona Beach, Florida, number 2, Cornelius Reynolds.
Talk to me, Marlon.
At guard, a 6'2" junior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 3, Romero Hill. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore from New Brunswick, New Jersey, number 11, Latrell West. And at forward, a 6'9" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 33, Russell Robinson Jr. The assistant coach for Claflin is Terrence Jenkins, and the head coach for your Panthers is Ricky Jackson.
You don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, do you? 00. Hey, Mr. Rep. Mr. Rep. Mr. Rep. All right, let's do it, baby. Talk to me, talk to me. All right, ready for the start of the men's game here. The Claflin women fell to Stillman. And the men now tip it off here on homecoming against Fisk University out of Nashville, Tennessee. Panthers come in 1-2 on the year. The Fisk team is 2-5. And we will give you the Panthers starting lineups as Romero Hill pulls the trigger on a 3, no good. Follows his own miss, lays it off inside for OJ, who throws it down with 2 hands. And the Panthers are on the board on their first offensive possession. Nakim OJ is 0-0. He got that dunk. He's a senior forward out of Atlanta. And that's OJ rejecting it out of bounds. Oh, baby. 13 for this Fisk team. Just had that ball swatted onto the Claflin bench by Nakim OJ. So OJ's got the dunk and the nasty block on the other end. Great way to introduce himself to this homecoming crowd. Nakim OJ coming to Claflin by way of Chattahoochee Technical College. Panthers have it here with Cornelius Reynolds. Reynolds, the senior from Orlando. Into the corner for an open 3. That's Panther basketball, number 11, Latrell West, the sophomore from New Brunswick, New Jersey, who had 33 points for the Panthers in their second game of the season, the win at Kutztown last weekend. The Panthers opened the season with a loss at Westchester, but then West poured in 33 in that Panthers win at Kutztown before Claflin lost at home in the home opener to Augusta University here on Wednesday. There's a Fisk 3. Number 2 is Marcus Somerville, their top scorer, about 16 a game. Kenny Anderson is the head coach of Fisk University, the NBA legend, the basketball legend, the New York City legend. Kenny Anderson. And he's the most unassuming man you'd ever meet. Just as polite and kind as you could ask anybody to be. OJ scores inside, so I was talking with Dr. Jerome Fitch, Claflin Athletic Director, before this game today, and we were talking about Austin Lawton off of last year's team, the 6'9" big man from Lake Marion High School who starred here at Claflin, signed with the Dutch Professional League. He's playing in Holland. We talked about Tristan Thompson and, you know, your main floor general and your main big man gone off of last year's team, and Claflin still picked to finish 5th in the CIAA this year. That's not bad. So OJ's bringing a high motor in here to this homecoming game against Fisk. You know the Fisk mascot? Left-hand bank shot. That's pretty. Side of the lane by 33, Russell Robinson Jr. He is out of Chicago, transfers to Claflin from Shaw University in Raleigh. So it's Robinson, Latrell West, Romero Hill, Cornelius Reynolds, and Nakim OJ in the starting lineup for Claflin under head coach Ricky Jackson, a 1992 graduate of Virginia Union University. Coach Jackson in his 7th year at the helm of the Claflin program, assisted by T. Jenkins. OJ missed the dunk. 9-3 Claflin. Panthers off to a great start here on homecoming. Is A.J. Hassel controlling for Fisk. And a steal here by Fisk with Marcus Moultrie. Moultrie 12 points, 10 boards a game for Fisk. And I don't know if you were with us during the women's game, but I talked extensively about conversation I had with Kenny Anderson. Three-pointer from the corner. That's good for Fisk. It's number 4, Ish Dukes. No heights, no weights on this Fisk roster. No years either, what year they are in school. Don't know much about Fisk. They opened in 1869. And there is OJ again. Nakim OJ really balling here early on here for the Panthers. 11-6 Claflin on top. Claflin lost to Augusta University in the home opener here on Wednesday. And it was Cornelius Reynolds scoring 23 points on 7 of 12 shooting. He had 9 rebounds in that ball game. We'll wave the basket off here. Offensive foul. The foul goes against the Panthers, number 33, Russell Robinson. Hey, what's up, Coach? Hey. Well, we would love to have you on, but we need to get you another headset. So give me a minute. Next topic to play, I will relay it. Yeah, okay. Another 3 for Fisk. That is number 2 again, Marcus Somerville. So Somerville, the top scorer for Fisk, averaging 16 a ball game. And he's hit 2 threes early on here at TELUS Arena on Claflin's homecoming day. And the Panthers are going to want to make sure that man does not get off to too much hotter of a start. Grazed the iron on the 3. It came up short that time by Somerville. And I believe it landed on the end line out of bounds. So it is Panthers basketball. And there's a timeout on the floor with 14:30 left in the first half. And Claflin on top of Fisk, 11-9. It's homecoming for Claflin University here on the CIAA Sports Network. Let me run go holler at Marlon real quick. just going to share this one, okay? It's turned up kind of loud, so you don't really have to like lean into it. It's just talk normal. I think it'll pick it up, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, I'm joined courtside now by Ravonda Whitley, the Claflin University women's coach. Claflin falling at home today to Stillman, 57-46 was the final. Coach Whit, talk about the game today. What did you see out there? What are you looking to improve on moving forward?
Well, this is our second game out, so we still have some kinks to work out, especially with our defensive sets. But tonight I just felt like we gave them the opportunity to believe that they could play with us in the second quarter, and they took the opportunity.
Coach, I was talking about the women's team during the game today, and we talked about, and we knew that Daisha Jackson would be a three-point shooter and a scorer for you, and Shakari Mack looks like she'll be a scorer from the low post, and we were talking about Deanna Long as well, and her ability to handle the basketball and to get to the foul line. I thought Deanna Long did a good job today getting to the foul line. She had 8 foul shots in the first half, and that's the kind of thing that your point guard can bring you a little extra offense when you can do that, and Deanna Long is capable of doing that.
Absolutely. We were very intentional when we recruited Deanna Long. She's a very tough cookie and very fearless. And so she's really been working hard on her ball handling and making sure that she could be that threat off the dribble the way we need her to be. Shakari, she's our lone senior, and so she's trying to really find her niche in our offense this year. She's played more post last year, and this year she's been moved out to the guard spot, so she's just really trying to find her way. And then Daisha Jackson, when she wants to play, she can play. She will play anybody any given day. And so we're just looking forward to building some chemistry with everybody on the floor.
Coach, how hard is it to find your team's identity? How long of a process is that? Does it vary from year to year? You try to establish roles for players, and you have certain things that you want certain players to do for your team.
Yeah, and this year I was intentional about defining roles and making sure that everybody understood what I was expecting from them. And so, and I think that 2 things have to happen, though. They have to know what I'm expecting, and then they have to buy into what I'm expecting. And so, to answer the question, yeah, it's a year-to-year basis because depending on who's on the floor, depending on who may be hurt, we may have to shift some things around. And so sometimes it happens quickly, and sometimes it's a process. Again, this is our second game, and so at this point, it's still a process.
Claflin women's coach Ravonda Whitley courtside with us here during this men's game, and you see Fisk has taken a 14-11 lead on Claflin. Great turnout today, Coach Whitley. The homecoming, the crowd is amazing, and we got terrible weather today. It's raining outside. It's been raining for 3 days here in the Midlands, and it's cold out there. It's been windy, but that has not dismayed this crowd from showing up. Great turnout today.
Absolutely. The Claflinites always decide to come back home. They always show up for us, and we're just pleased to have the alumni back and able to show their Claflin spirit.
All right, Coach, talk about the schedule coming up and where the Panthers go from here.
On Monday, we go down to Francis Marion. Coach Porter always has a tough team. I know they're going to be ready. And then from there, we head into CIAA play with Elizabeth City State, Virginia State, and Virginia Union.
All right, so one more non-conference game. Francis Marion came here to tell us last year, so we're familiar with them over in the Florence area. And that'll be it before you get down to brass tacks here with conference play.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, these games have been really good competition for us, getting our feet wet, so to speak, and being able to face our conference opponents coming up.
Okay. Hey, before you leave us here, Coach, I wanted to ask you about Coach Bland. You got a new assistant coach this year. Coach Bland, first year with the school. Tell us about him.
Oh, Mike Bland is awesome. I got him off the AAU circuit. He's a very cerebral coach. He's been coaching since he was 18 years old. And I thought that he would be a really great hire just based off the fact, he said, Coach, most people want to grow up and be rappers or singers or NBA stars. He said, I just want to coach. And so I felt his heart. I felt his passion for the game. And I said, I got to have him on my team.
I knew he had worked in AAU ball for a number of years. He founded a team and coached a team in AAU ball, and he was working in high school basketball in Richmond, Virginia. Is that right?
Yes, that's cute. He was at Huguenot High School, and again, very successful program. He started his own basketball camp. So he's been intentional about being successful in the coaching business. So that's just somebody I have to have on my team.
Coach Whitley, great talking to you. Good luck next week with Francis Marion.
Thank you so much.
Okay. That's Ravonda Whitley, head women's coach at Claflin University here. Panthers falling to Stillman today, but just the second game of the year for Claflin. As Coach Whitley told us, the Panthers women's team very much a work in progress. Just the one senior, Shakari Mack. And Coach Whitley said this year that she really worked on defining roles for players, all the players on the team, and it's just a matter of getting everybody to buy in at this point. And based on Coach Whitley's track record, we know that they will. So we got a 14-14 game here in this men's contest. Claflin in the all-orange today. Fisk in the all-blue with the yellow numbers. Fisk is located in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll get it. I'll look it up. Top key three back iron with Reynolds defending for the Panthers. That shot taken by 15. A.J. Hassel, the starting two guard for Fisk. Brandon Davis into the game now for the Panthers. Davis, the redshirt junior out of A.C. Flora High School in Columbia. And a Fisk foul, their third of the game, fourth of the game. Fourth foul on Fisk, and just one foul so far on Claflin. That foul, the second of the game on Fisk's number 23, Baron Goodrich. So a timeout taken here with 9:22 left in the first half. We are tied at 14 on Homecoming Day 2019 for the Claflin Panthers.
Hey, you guys look like foodies. Would you like to try our trashy back ribs?
Yeah, we're gonna just do a lap and we'll come back.
Okay, well, we'll be here. Man, why isn't this working?
Mentioned Fisk, founded in 1866, and Fisk was the first HBCU to gain accreditation by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. That's quite a distinction for Fisk University, Nashville, Tennessee. The oldest institution of higher education in Nashville. So that makes it obviously older than Vanderbilt. They celebrated their sesquicentennial in 2016, 150 years. The Fisk Bulldogs. Fisk also had the first chapter of the Phi Beta Kappa Society, first chapter on a predominantly black campus. That was in 1953. So Fisk is quite the esteemed university and very highly regarded. And their basketball team right now in a dogfight here with the Panthers, 14 all our score. Now Fisk takes the 1-point lead at the foul line. So the Panthers have got number 4, Devin Smith, into the game. He's a junior out of Baltimore, Maryland. And this is Devin handling the basketball here. Nearly had it stolen away by Giovanni Jackson. But Reynolds controls. Elbow extended for the Panthers. Feed it side of the lane. Brandon Davis double clutch and a score off the window by Brandon Davis. Davis at 10.3 points a ball game and has scored in double figures in the Panthers' last 2 contests. A block and a bucket and a foul here for Fisk. That's A.J. Hassel. Panthers going to huddle up here and talk some defense, and Fisk will get ready for the chance at a 3-point play. Fisk foul here, 5th of the half on Fisk. And the foul goes against Brandon Odell. That's his first. Reynolds takes the inbound pass. Good work by the Panthers. And I didn't see who made the inbound. My view was obstructed by one of our officials here. Couldn't see who made the inbound pass, but it was definitely Reynolds that got that bucket. Panthers' top returning scorer from a year ago. Claflin lost its top 4 scorers off of last year's team, but we know it was a very deep team. A lot of players played, a lot of players scored every night out for Coach Jackson. So, and I mentioned that Claflin picked to finish 5th in the CIAA by the coaches this year and 2nd in the Southern Division. So CIAA coaches certainly feel like Claflin, even though they've lost Austin Lawton, Tristan Thompson, and others, still in position to field a very solid ball club here in the new season. It's good work by Fisk. They passed it inside, and they got the bucket from number 25, Addison Miller. That's AD. Second leading scorer for Fisk at 15 a game. Sullivan, number 2, is their top scorer at 16 a game. Latrell West is the Panthers' leading scorer as Reynolds misses from the middle of the lane. West averaging 16.7 a game for Claflin. He had that 33-point effort against Kutztown in the second game of the year. Panthers are 1-2 coming in. Spin move and a shot with the right hand dropped in by number 1, Brandon Odell. So Fisk hanging tough here. Leading by 4. Tremendous crowd here. Biggest crowd I've seen in the year plus that I've been with Claflin. Gym's got to be 3/4 full, maybe more, 80%. Now Kim O.J. with the rebound. Reynolds curling out, taking a hand off Brandon Davis. Back to Reynolds, back to Davis. Baseline, Jay. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Little 2-man game there. Cornelius Reynolds and Brandon Davis. And Davis knocked in about a 17-footer on the baseline. That was pretty. Quick hands by the Panthers. I believe that was Donnell Frayer. Yeah, Donnell Frayer Jr., who knocked that ball out. He's a junior guard from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Comes to Claflin by way of Southern Vermont College. Fisk pass out to A.J. Hassel. Hassel drives, got the shot up, and it was knocked out of his hands as he tried to get it up. So foul shots for the Bulldogs here with 5:20 left in the first half. And Fisk on top, 22-20. The lead is 3. Hassel connects at the stripe. This is Romero Hill, drop step into the lane, and the shot lipped out, about a 5-footer there for Hill. Did a good job to get himself open in the lane. He got separation, he got an open shot, and just lipped out. Hill's an exciting player, a 6'2 junior from Memphis, Tennessee. And another timeout taken here, 4:57 left. Going to tell you about our crew from the Claflin University Mass Communications Department when we come back. Panthers trailing by 3. Marlon Howard's our producer. And if you were with us during the women's game tonight, or earlier today, you heard me tell you that all of our crew members are students at Claflin University in the Mass Communications Department. Seniors Tyrell Campbell and Nigel Gates. We've got junior Thalia from Atlanta, and a couple of sophomores, Chris from Florida and Mackenzie from Greer, South Carolina. Running cameras for us tonight, so we appreciate the help of all these young people that are students here at Claflin in the Mass Communications Department, and we thank Marlon Howard for producing the broadcast. He does a fine job for us. We thank you for joining us here on the CIAA Sports Network. Fisk in the blue, Claflin in the orange here, and the Panthers trail it by 3. 4:15 to play, first half. Davis wanted a foul, no call, and Fisk comes up with a steal. The Bulldogs take it away with Marcus Somerville, number 2. Somerville will feed it inside, rejected on the interior by the Panthers. Beautiful shot block in there by Hanif Britt, the grad student forward from Kannapolis, North Carolina. And Britt went to throw it down, draws a foul. That's good stuff. You like to see Britt get rewarded for his defensive play with a pass on the inside on the other end, and Hanif Britt thought about throwing it down with the right hand, and he got fouled up top. And the Fisk defender that committed the foul, Brandon Odell, is smiling and laughing with his teammates And a couple of Claflin players smiling as well, so I'm not exactly sure what that was about. I think talking about, they were talking about Hanif Britt, thinking about bringing that one down with some thunder. And Odell might have thought he had a clean block, but the ref right there to make the call, and a foul for Odell. That's his third and the team's seventh, and a two-shot foul for Hanif Britt. He made the first, crashes the lane. They're going to get him for a lane violation. You got to wait for that ball to hit the rim before you can crash if you're the shooter, or anybody else for that matter. So Britt called for the lane violation, but the Panthers still set up the press. You see Hanif Britt 6'5", 205, and a forward at the top of that 1-2-2 press here. You see a matchup press. Panthers went for a steal. That leaves Fisk with numbers, and they'll get the dunk and the foul. 13 is Marcus Moultrie. He gets the jam. Panthers commit the foul. It's on 22, Noah Jenkins, the Irmo High School product. Yeah, got a distinct Columbia flavor here with Brandon Davis from AC Flora and Noah Jenkins from Irmo. So Hanif Britt leaves, and Nakim OJ is back in. OJ's 0-0. OJ had the two-hand jam at one end, and then a violent block shot at the other end. He spiked it onto the Panthers bench on that block shot. That was in the first minute of the game. He had a dunk at one end and then the block shot at the other end. 25-21, Fisk. Throw a head fake, pull in, kick it over for an open three from the left wing. That's good basketball by the Fisk Bulldogs. A.D. Miller knocking in the three, and it's Fisk leading it 28-21 with 3:13 left in the first half. We'll get a timeout. All right, we'll see if we can get a shot of Coach Ricky Jackson for Claflin here. He's got his foot in a boot. He's wearing a walking boot. And I'm told he was not wearing that boot on Wednesday for the home opener against Augusta University. And I'm not sure what happened with Coach Jackson. That's Brandon Davis off the feed from Romero Hill. That's good stuff by the Panthers. So after the timeout, Claflin comes out with a well-executed half-court set to pull to within 5. Fisk now in the blue. Hill, good defense on that shot by Miller. Davis the rebound, doubled in the front court, but he'll scoop it over to Cornelius Reynolds, and now Hill comes out to reset. 11 for the Panthers is Latrell West, the sophomore, who had 33 against Kutztown. Hill with 5 on the shot clock, little fall away. Oh, that's nice. Romero Hill, that is beautiful. A step back and a fall away shot that he swishes from 16 feet. That's good stuff. 28-25. Fisk. West jumps Miller, and they're going to get West for a foul. Yeah, Latrell West coming out aggressively to defend, and right as he went to jump Miller, I believe that was Miller. Miller put it on the floor to try to drive, and West bumped into the man and committed the foul. So here's Baron Goodrich over to Somerville. Somerville picked up by Nakim Oj. Step back three, that's a tough shot. You see it on ESPN. Some of these NBA guys can make that shot. Not too many in the college game have that in the repertoire. It looks good on SportsCenter when James Harden's doing it. But it is not as easy as he makes it look. So the Panthers have it again here. Bullet feed inside to West from Cornelius Reynolds, and a couple of Bulldogs come over and bark that ball out of bounds. The block shot. West threw the head fake down there, didn't fool anybody, and when he went up with it, he got swatted out of bounds. That's good defense by Fisk. Somerville and Addison Miller protecting the basket for Fisk. A minute and a second, 1:01 left in the half here. OJ inbounds to Reynolds, get it up top, Romero Miller. Looking into OJ. OJ comes out top key to set a screen for Miller. Miller tries to step back three, put it off the back iron. Rebound brought in by number 25, A.D. Miller. And a whistle here at midcourt. The ref right in front of me at midcourt blew a whistle. Did we have a foul call?
Coming in for the Panthers, 22, Noah Jenkins.
I don't know. Near steal by Hill, but Goodrich keeps it for Fisk. And the up and under by number 13, Marcus Moultrie. Scored it with the left hand, did Moultrie. About a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the first half clock. Fisk by 4. And the Panthers have Noah Jenkins. Reynolds passes foul line for OJ, and that 19-footer lipped out on Nakim OJ. 4 seconds in the half. 3, 2, 1. Davis will give it a heave, and it's halftime. Our score is Claflin trailing Fisk 28-25. So the Fisk Bulldogs have come in from Nashville, Tennessee, taking a 3-point lead over the Panthers here on Homecoming Day 2019. We'll get a timeout, 15-minute break for halftime.
this time, Panther fans, we would also like to acknowledge the 2019 Claflin University Hall of Fame inductees. Colonel Charles D. Hawk Mills. He's military. Dr. B. Denine J. Fleming for community service. Representative Jerry N. Golan Jr. for community service. Lucille Stevens Richardson for education. Reverend Minnie Anderson for community service. And Rosa W. Henry Dance for education. Let's give our 2019 Hall of Fame inductees a round of applause.
Dr. Doolittle.
I hear babies cry.
You can talk to animals.
Watch them grow.
Yes.
They'll learn
Anything
much
you'd like
more
to say to me?
We've no choice but to embark on this perilous journey. Hello, Barry. Hello, lunch. Doolittle.
Give up, Doolittle. You can't outsmart...
Oh, what's that? A cat is still a cat. January 17th, rated PG.
Okay, yeah. All right. Start of the second half here at TELUS Arena. Homecoming day for the Claflin Panthers, and it is Fisk on top of Claflin by 5 as we open the second half. Free ball off the mark by A.J. Hassel for Fisk. Fisk had 8 different players score in the first half, and there's a bucket for the Panthers. Nakeem OJ for Claflin. Give him a game-high 10 points now after that deuce. So it's 10 for OJ for the Panthers, 6 for Brandon Davis, 3 for Latrell West, and 2 points apiece for Romero Hill, Cornelius Reynolds, and Russell Robinson Jr. 1 point apiece for Rodney Pritchard and Hanif Britt. Individual scoring first half for Fisk. Marcus Somerville with 9. Addison Miller with 5. A.J. Hassel with 4. Marcus Moultrie with 4. 3 points for Baron Goodrich. 3 for Ish Dukes. And 2 for Brandon Odell. Fisk shot 11 of 28 for 39% in the first half. Claflin 11 of 30 for 37%. Panthers 1 of 3 from downtown. Fisk was 5 of 13. And Claflin had a solid rebounding edge, 23-15. Both teams with just 4 turnovers apiece in the first half. And the 3-point shooting, the difference in this game so far. Fisk by 3. Turnaround shot. Dances off to the left for OJ. And it's kept in bounds on a good play there by A.D. Miller to tightrope the end line, keep it in bounds. Fisk University Bulldogs out of Nashville, 2-5 on the year. Top key 3 rattles out. Panthers had a couple of players get a hand on it there, and it was ultimately Latrell West coming out of there with it. And this is West controlling. He had the 33-point game against Kutztown in Pennsylvania. That was part of the Panthers' 2-game road swing in Pennsylvania to open the season. Claflin lost the opener to Westchester 69-62, but then bounced back to beat Kutztown 94-77. And West went for 33 big ones in that win over Kutztown. Panthers lost their home opener on Wednesday night to Augusta University. Claflin turns it over, and Fisk turns it into a layup. It's Miller with the score. 32-29 Fisk. Here come the Panthers. Romero Hill controlling. Cornelius Reynolds joins him on the floor with Latrell West. 33 is Russell Robinson. And 0 Nakeem OJ. Robinson over to West. Top of the key, Miller. Left wing now, Robinson. Step back 3, Romero Miller. Not a high percentage shot. Offensive board, OJ, and a long pass out to Latrell West. New shot clock here for the Panthers. Bounce it side of the lane. Robinson, that's Reynolds rather. Reynolds unable to hit, but a bucket and a foul for Nakeem OJ. So we've been very impressed with Nakeem OJ here in this, our first look at him on this new season. OJ, a 6'6" forward out of Atlanta, 6'6", 210 on the Claflin roster. And he can tie the ball game, and he does. Nakeem OJ, 0 for the Panthers. Looking good in this first half, plus about 3.5 minutes. So OJ's now got 13 points to lead all scorers. And that's Miller scoring with Cornelius Reynolds getting screened out of the play. Miller got a backdoor cut, And the screen freed him up from Cornelius Reynolds. Fisk back in front by 2. Latrell West short on the three-point try. Long rebound controlled by Marcus Somerville, and it's Miller pushing it front court. Side of the lane. OJ defending side of the lane, and the Bulldogs wanted no part of that. Miller moves it baseline and scores. That's a strong take by the bearded A.D. Miller. Mentioned Fisk University, coached by Kenny Anderson, the New York City basketball legend, 14-year NBA veteran, Final Four participant with the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets under Bobby Crimmins back in 1990. Three-pointer off the mark by West. Miller very active throughout the ball game, has another rebound for Fisk. Miller directing traffic, guarded by Cornelius Reynolds. Coming over to set a screen is 14, Dozier Thomas. Miller had that shot partially blocked by Reynolds. Reynolds, an outstanding defensive player throughout his Claflin career. Tried to save from going out, but could not do it. So with 15:08 left in the ball game, Fisk leading by 4. The Bulldogs keep the basketball goal to wire right. 12 seconds on the shot clock here for the Dogs. And that's OJ deflecting the pass out. OJ skies for the board, gets it off to Miller. Miller hustles down the left side, gets a high screen from OJ. Change of direction by Ramiro Miller, side of the lane now. OJ, and OJ's pass stolen by Somerville on a fine defensive play. Takes it in on Reynolds and draws the foul up top, and a hard foul by Cornelius Reynolds, really initiated by Marcus Somerville. Good clean play and 2 shots for Marcus Somerville.
That's the second team's first. Media timeout. Don't forget to be social. Follow Claflin Athletics on Facebook at Claflin Panthers 14, Twitter at Claflin Panthers, and Instagram.
And a timeout taken with 14:36 left in the game. Claflin women fell to Stillman. So here is Marcus Somerville at the foul line.
Free throws good for the Bulldogs.
38-32 Fisk on top here. Claflin's got Antonius Poiskus, freshman guard from Athens, Greece. And a foul line jumper, no good by Devin Smith, a junior from Baltimore, Maryland. 38-32, Fisk. Three-pointer, no good. And OJ favoring his left leg. Panthers turn it over, and Fisk turns it into a layup, so it's an 8-point lead. Looked like Nakeem OJ was motioning to the Claflin bench as if he wanted out of the game, but he has stayed in there despite the fact that he was rubbing his left. It looked like his shin. I don't know if he got banged knees with somebody or something like that, but he is in the game now, no longer trying to get taken out. Boyce goes, left wing, Devin Smith into the corner, Romero Hill. From the land of three, Romero Hill. Claflin cuts it to 5. Left wing 3, A.D. Miller on a lip out. OJ the rebound. Quick outlet to Romero Hill. Reynolds knifing baseline, and he got hedged out of bounds by that Fisk defender. I believe it's 14. Dozier Thomas commits the foul. That's his second of the team's second of the second half. Just one foul so far on Claflin's second half. So 13:02 left to play, and Fisk now substituting. Brandon Odell is back in, and Addison Miller leaves the game. Miller very active today for Fisk, and I cannot imagine he will be out of the game for very long. Fisk head coach Kenny Anderson, 49 years of age. Great block by Romero Hill. Follow shot no good. Good work by Odell to follow his own miss, but he just couldn't get it to go. And the shot clock went off. It should have been a reset. So an inadvertent horn here. And the Panthers will have it, trailing by 5 as soon as we get the clock situation straightened out. Brandon Davis, tough shot off the window and in. Rodney Pritchard gets the assist there. Nice play. Quick look inside, and that's speed, pace of play. Pritchard alertly found Davis low right. Davis hung and banked in a tough shot down low. Panthers to within 3. Baseline move and a bullet pass, middle of the lane, and a high floater up and in for Marcus Moultrie. Somerville got the assist, lead back out to 5, not for long. Romero Hill connects from deep, and it's okay, yeah, 3-point shot for Hill, 42-40. Fisk with the lead in the ball. Odell turned and passed over to the far side. Claflin deflected it off of A.J. Hassel, so it's Panthers ball. Panthers just couldn't put it down. And Fisk with another rebound by Brandon Odell. And there's a bank shot by A.J. Hassel for two. 44-40 Fisk with 10:38 to play. Davis had it stripped. Fisk somehow stayed in bounds with Hassel. Front court, the pass goes to Moultrie. Moultrie will get it back out to Giovanni Jackson. Now left wing three, partially blocked by Brandon Davis, and they're going to call Davis for a foul. Somerville's played well today. Steal by Fisk here, taken away by number 11, Giovanni Jackson. Open three on the way and good. Nothing but net for 15, A.J. Hassel. It's a big shot, puts Fisk up by 9, 9:48 to play. Reynolds turns at the foul line, fires it over to Brandon Davis, who pulls in for a 10-footer good. That's better work in the half-court set by the Panthers. 49-42 Fisk on top here. They led by 5 at halftime. Their largest lead of the game was 9 just a moment ago before that bucket by Brandon Davis. So kick ball here. And a timeout on the floor comes with 8:54 to play. Claflin trails it by 7. Great turnout today here in Orangeburg. Cornelius Reynolds defended that three, but it came down right into the hands of Brandon Odell for the easy score. And Fisk matches its largest lead, 9 points. Brandon Davis, three-pointer wouldn't go. A couple of tips by Ramiro Hill. Baseline jumper, no good. Boy, just a lid on it for Claflin. And now A.D. Miller caught that ball and took a spill, and they get Claflin for the foul with 7:51 to play. 51-42 Fisk on top. So a little bit of housekeeping there to mop up the sweat off the floor, and back to the action. OJ, I believe, called for the foul here. Yeah, Nakeem OJ called for the foul. Odell called for his fourth foul. That's the third of the half on Fisk. 14 fouls on Claflin to this point in the second half. 7:25 to play. And Odell leaves the game for the Bulldogs. They're going to go with a smaller lineup here. And the Panthers get Reynolds cutting left baseline, and he draws contact up top. So Cornelius Reynolds head to the foul line now for Claflin, and that was Giovanni Jackson sent into the game for Brandon Odell. That little bit smaller lineup for Fisk head coach Kenny Anderson, who's in his second year at Fisk, 14 years in the NBA, assisted by Russell Ackland and Cyrus Booker. I was looking at Kenny Anderson, looked at his Wikipedia page, and he set the New York City high school scoring record. That was since broken by Sebastian Telfair. Telfair broke it late in his senior season. But Kenny Anderson, a New York City legend, a college basketball legend, an NBA legend, and just the most unassuming guy you'd ever want to meet. Apparently, in talking with Coach Anderson, he said that he suffered a stroke back in February, and at first glance he doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear. He looks like a healthy guy. He sounds healthy. He seems to be doing well, but obviously when you have a situation like that, stroke is very serious business, obviously. So perhaps, Kenny Anderson, I think very happy to be on the job with Fisk University. A lot of folks at Claflin apparently were not sure he would be here tonight because of the health concern, but Kenny was in great spirits today, and again, I chatted with him on 2 separate occasions. Talked to him for about 10 minutes the first time, and he seems to be in good health and in good spirits. And again, I was honestly taken aback almost at just how polite he was. He was just very nice, very helpful, and a lot of times coaches, they got other things on their mind. They don't want to talk to the play-by-play man. They don't want to talk to the broadcast people because they're getting ready for a ball game. But Kenny Anderson could not have been more of a gentleman. Blocking foul here. Oh, excuse me, illegal screen on Fisk. Dozier Thomas looking at the ref, and now Thomas going to run over here to the ref and say, can I get an explanation on that one? And the ref shows him an elbow, and Dozier says, what are you talking about? And now we're back to the action. 52-43, largest lead for Fisk. They've led by 9 on 3 occasions, and that pass by Devin Smith got right through the legs of Cornelius Reynolds. He was not expecting that pass. And with 6:58 left in the ball game, Fisk now with a chance to take a double-digit lead. Top key 3. Left side kick to Romero Hill. And now it's Brandon Davis, very athletic, into the front court. Gives it up to Cornelius Reynolds. Now it's Romero Hill, back to Reynolds. Davis calling for it side of the lane. Defense in there by Fisk. Hill takes a deflected ball with 12 on the shot clock. Reynolds has got it on the floor once. Over to OJ. OJ had it stripped as he went up. Right to Cornelius Reynolds, who missed the 15-footer. But an offensive rebound by Brandon Davis, and he'll circle out to take the handoff from Reynolds. Under 6 minutes to play now. Panthers trail it by 9. Davis fumbled the pass. Somerville went for the steal. Davis charges in, and Davis draws a Fisk foul. Substitutions for both teams now. Dozier Thomas leaves for Fisk, and Giovanni Jackson checks back in. So situational use. They like Jackson on the offensive end. They like Thomas for defense. Thomas, a good 6 inches taller, I would say, than Jackson. Somerville one times the pass. Rejected out of bounds on a trailing play by Brandon Davis. Outstanding defense. Davis usually half a step faster than everybody on the floor. Quick as a hiccup. Some more sweat being mopped up here. 5:42 left. Panthers down by 7, but running out of time. Although 5:42, plenty of time to overcome a 7-point deficit. Runner by Miller, tough play. That's pretty by A.D. Miller. I think A.D. Miller's got to be the player of the game for Fisk. Their lead is 9. Fourth time that they've led by 9. And they're going to try to extend it here. Jalen Williams, the redshirt freshman from Salisbury, North Carolina, really busted it back to commit the foul. He's going to put Somerville at the line, make him earn them. That's a good play. Or else Fisk had its largest lead of the game without a question. Somerville was probably going to throw it down. Okay, no foul call. Yeah, they did call a foul, but for some reason we're not a shooting foul. 5th foul of the half on Claflin. They did give the personal to Jalen Williams. So that was a great job by Williams to get back. Did not give up foul shots. Stopped the break, didn't give up any foul shots. That's a good play. Even if he had a foul to do it, that's okay. 3-on-3 break here. Reynolds bounces it, and the layup, good, and a foul. And the Panthers will have a chance at a three-point play. This is Jalen Williams. Good stuff. Jalen Williams providing a spark off the bench. He has barely played. Has Williams played prior to that? 5. Has he played in the game before now? Has he been on the floor?
He played Wednesday.
He played some Wednesday night. Okay, but he hasn't played today, has he? All right. 3-point play, Jalen Williams. So the defensive play at one end. And then Williams with the 3-point play the hard way at the other end. So the Panthers close to within 6. A.D. Miller will put it in here for the Fisk Bulldogs from Nashville, Tennessee. They're 2-5 on the year. And Fisk will call a timeout here with 4:57 to play. A couple of nice plays by Jalen Williams, and the Panthers have cut the lead to 6. We'll be right back. .445 to play here. It's 54-48. Fisk in the blue and a travel call. That's Jalen Williams playing defense. Jalen Williams forced that travel. And Coach Ricky Jackson's got to be loving what he's seeing here from Jalen Williams. I mean, Panthers, I mentioned, trailed by 9 on 4 different occasions, and Fisk, content to just kind of move along here with that lead. And Coach Jackson put Williams in the game, and he's made 3 plays here for the Panthers, and they've cut the lead to 6, and Claflin will have the ball when we come back. Time out on the floor. Panthers will have 3 straight road games coming up, all against CIAA teams, but the first game will be a non-conference game at Elizabeth City State. That's coming up on November 21st. Somerville slices in. Good defense by Reynolds. Panthers with the rebound and a Fisk foul. Jalen Williams will move to the foul line here. It's Hill, Williams, OJ, Brandon Davis, and Cornelius Reynolds on the floor for the Panthers. More Sweat on the floor here, so the mop's being brought out here. I don't know what you call that thing. It works like a mop, so that's what I call it. You mop it up to Sweat. Yeah, I think that was Romero Hill that dove and went sliding across the floor right in front of me here, and that's where the Sweat's being mopped up. I can almost reach out and grab the mop here. It is literally right in front of me, so 54-48, our score, 4:14 to play. Jalen Williams, the redshirt freshman out of Carson High School in Salisbury, North Carolina, listed at 6 feet tall, 155 pounds. Missed the front end, offensive board, OJ, and a foul on Fisk. I believe they'll get A.D. Miller. And that's Miller's second foul. Ish Dukes back into the game for Fisk. He's number 4. And that's Dukes leaving the lane area to drop back behind midcourt and have a word with Russell Ackland, the assistant coach for Fisk. OJ true on the first toss. Second foul shot, airborne and good for Nakeem OJ. And a Fisk timeout after Reynolds and Davis wrapped up Somerville in a double team. Fisk had to get the timeout, and the Panthers have cut it to 4. Crowd starting to get into this ball game with 4:07 left. Stay with us. Panthers will set up the press here out of the timeout. Reynolds bouncing in front of the inbounder, Somerville, who takes a pass right back, fires it across midcourt to Ish Dukes. Fisk handled the press nicely, one-hand runner, blocking foul call on OJ. Well, the crowd thought OJ had gotten in position to draw that block. I thought it was a 50-50 call, and the Panthers don't get the call. The Bulldogs do, and it's A.J. Hassel starting 2-guard here for the Bulldogs, moving to the foul line. Situational subs again for Kenny Anderson, head coach of the Fisk Bulldogs. He's bringing in Baron Goodrich now. Goodrich is a guard, and he's into the game, number 23 in blue for the Bulldogs. More sweat being mopped up. Boy, our housekeeper here getting a workout in this second half. Bodies all over the place. And sweat all over this floor. First shot dances home for 15. A.J. Hassel. We're under 4 to play now. 2 for 2 for Hassel, and Fisk leads by 6. Brandon Davis, very exciting young ball player here. Davis, number 24 for the Panthers, gives up the dribble. Wanted to get it to Hill, had to get it over to Jalen Williams instead. Now Hill's got it, over to Williams. Up top, Reynolds. Reynolds a couple of dribbles and the short pass to Davis. Reynolds will pull the trigger on the top key. Free! Cornelius Reynolds. And let's see, we got a whistle. I don't know if it was delay of game. Delay of game? Delay of game? Yep. All right, yeah, they got OJ with the delay of game. Apparently he tampered with the ball after it came to the rim. And a steal deflected, I believe, by Davis. Might have been Williams. I think it was Davis with the deflection and the steal by Romero Miller. Panthers trail by 3 with 3:20 to play. 20 on the shot clock here. Hill pops out, but instead the pass goes high post to OJ. Handed off to Brandon Davis. Davis double teamed, lost the handle, loose on the floor. Man scramble and a held ball. I believe it's a held ball, and now we got some pushing and shoving. Jalen Williams got jumped on. Brandon Davis didn't like something that was going on in there. Brandon Davis getting hot, and Ricky Jackson with his walking boot and all, right out there in the middle of things to break up a potential skirmish. Coach Jackson in his walking boot. First man off the Panthers bench to break that fight up. Ha. Something happened in there, and Brandon Davis got hot. Davis, 6 feet, 160 pounds. On the Claflin roster, but he is quite muscular. And he was a football player in high school, and he's not a huge guy, but I'm not sure he's one to mess with. I don't think so.
Technical foul on Panthers, number 24.
What was the call? Technical foul? On who was it? 24, okay.
All right, technical foul called on the Panthers, and it is on Brandon Davis. So it's a 58-53 lead, and a steal by Reynolds, and layup. Good for Cornelius Reynolds. Oh, Reynolds, one of the top defensive players in the CIAA, showing you why. At the head of at the top of the Claflin press, steals the inbound pass and lays it in with a finger roll. So Claflin within 3, huge bucket for Cornelius Reynolds. Now this is Baron Goodrich driving, kicking, extra pass for the Bulldogs, three-pointer well short. Loose ball controlled by the Bulldogs. Bank wouldn't go, defended nicely in there by OJ, who did a great job to defend but not foul. 2:20 to play contest. Panthers down 3. Jalen Williams been a big spark here in the second half. He's number 5 up top. This is Williams. Fake the pass, left, step in, hang and pass it over to Romero Miller. Pull in for a 16-footer. Good! Romero Miller showing that veteran savvy. A smart play there by Miller to pass up the long shot. Step in for a little bit easier, too. Back iron on the runner by Goodrich. And a foul on Fisk going after the rebound. They're going to get Miller. Ten fouls on Fisk, so it is double bonus here and a 2-shot foul for Nakeem OJ. The 6'6" senior forward out of Atlanta by way of Chattahoochee Technical College. Right foot in front of the left here for OJ. This for the tie. Cornelius Reynolds with some words of encouragement for Nakeem OJ. OJ second toss, here it is. Didn't get the roll, 0 for 2 for OJ, who's played so well today. Minute 45, Somerville kicks into the corner, and Ish Duke stepped on the sideline, he's out of bounds. See that player catch the ball in the corner, and he doesn't want to shoot the three. Maybe there's a defender coming out or a defender right on him, so he'll move a leg back, put a foot back to push off and drive, start the dribble, and they'll step on the sideline sometimes, and that's what happened right there to Ish Dukes. And a Claflin timeout with a minute 40 to play, and Fisk on top, 58-57. Just the 4th Claflin game of the year, just our second home game. Huge crowd here for homecoming, and we are coming down to the wire. Minute 40 to play, 27 on the shot clock. Davis takes the inbound pass for the Panthers. Reynolds. Fouled, and that is not what Fisk wants to do. Put Brandon Davis at the foul line here. Now, O.J. just missed a pair, but Davis, pretty good foul shooter a year ago. Oh, and I jinxed him. He rattles out the first one. Panthers have missed 3 straight in this one-point ball game at the foul line. And Davis ties us up, 58 all. Panthers set up the press again. Fisk handles it. Fisk with A.J. Hassel passing back to A.D. Miller. Reynolds all over him, but Miller gets it off to Hassel, and now it's Marcus Somerville, the Bulldogs' top scorer on the dribble. He'll give it up to Baron Goodrich. Goodrich, reserve player, coming off the bench here in the second half. High screen for Goodrich, pick and roll, deflected by O.J., nearly stolen. Shot clock violation. It was not over and back because O.J. knocked it away and into the backcourt, and instead it was a shot clock violation. So exactly 1 minute left, tie ball game here, and the Panthers are going to have a chance to take the lead. Claflin trailed by 9 on 4 different occasions in the second half after trailing by 5 at halftime. And Claflin has scrapped its way back into this one. Reynolds on the right wing, get it to Romero Miller. He's good in the low post. Oh, that's a held ball, and that is a superb defensive play by Marcus Somerville. And on the alternate possession, it will stay with Claflin. More sweat on the floor and more work for our housekeeping crew here at Telus Arena. So baseline to my left, it's Williams putting it in. Wide open is O.J. Fisk fell asleep on the inbound, and Jalen Williams, one of the stars in the second half, got it right to O.J. for the layup and a Claflin lead. Now Somerville to Miller. Rejected by O.J. Rakeem O.J. with a couple of big plays here in the final minute. Panthers lead it by 2 on homecoming day, and we're under 30 seconds left. Coming up on 15 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock. Now 10 on the shot clock. And timeout taken by Panthers head coach Ricky Jackson. Walking boot and all. I'll tell you what, Jalen Williams has really acquitted himself nicely in this second half. He brought an instant spark, contributing off the bench, both ends of the floor. His defense has been notable. And that time on the inbound pass, Fisk just took a nap. I mean, they flat out went to sleep and left 6'6" Nakeem O.J. all alone, low left, for a layup in a tie ball game with a minute to play. So now 16.5 left. Smokey doing his thing out here for this Claflin crowd. Smokey is the Panthers mascot. Man, he's a good one. I don't know who the young fella is inside that suit, but he does a great job. I love me some Smokey. So 16.5 seconds left. Panthers late breaking the huddle here. Romero Hill hustles out of the huddle. He'll come over and take the inbound pass down to my left. 10 on the shot clock, 16.5 on the game clock. Inbound pass is in. Spin move and a shot block by Hassel. Great defense. Panthers with O.J. in there, and he's got it on the far baseline, and he hands it off to Romero Hill, and Fisk has no choice but to foul with 8.3 seconds left. I want to thank our camera operators again tonight, Talia, Chris, and Mackenzie. They're students in the Claflin Mass Communications Department. Also seniors Tyrell Campbell, Nigel Gates. Part of tonight's crew, Marlon Howard, our producer, and I am Emerson Phillips. Foul shot no good by Miller with 8.3. Panthers trying to make this a 3-point game. Romero Hill, your junior guard here from Memphis, Tennessee. And he's got the Beale Street Blues right now, 0 for 2. And out of bounds to Fisk. So Boy, the Panthers have left some points at the foul line tonight. OJ missed 2 at the line earlier. Now Romero Hill, with 5.8 seconds left, has missed 2 at the line. I mean, if he makes them both, this game is just about benediction time. It is all but over. 2-possession game with 5.8 seconds left. You figure Fisk is going to have a very difficult time scoring 2 buckets in that amount of time, and Hill missed them both, so Fisk is still in it. OJ missed 2 at the line earlier here in the second half. So I do not have up to the minute stats, but we will get a stat sheet when the game is over. I can tell you that the Panthers need to work on their foul shooting, women and the men. They're giving away free points at the foul line. Who wants them? It is a free throw. So Fisk will have it. Length of the floor to travel here. So they do have the full 94 feet to traverse, and only 5.8 seconds left, but it's a 2-point game. Now, do they try to get a quick 2 or do they go for a 3? I'm always a proponent of extending the game, but I'm not Kenny Anderson, the head coach for Fisk. We'll see what they do. 5.8 is all they got. Hassel lobs it midcourt to Somerville, who comes down with it. He'll gun it up. Put it up too early and too strong, and that will end this ball game. The Panthers rally on homecoming day to win this ball game by a final of 60-58 after trailing by 9 on 4 different occasions in the second half. Good showing by the Panthers. They showed some grit. They showed some guts. And that's going to wrap it up for Homecoming 2019. Great way to start off the new season here. Claflin women come up short today, 57-46. Stillman defeats Claflin. 13 for Deanna Long, 11 for Daisha Jackson, 8 for Shakari Mack. Nobody else had more than 4 for the Panthers women, who are now 0-2. And the Panthers men pick up this win 60-58 in a hotly contested ball game here at TELUS Arena. Claflin men now 2-2 on the year and getting set for 3 consecutive road games at Elizabeth City State on the 21st in a non-conference game. It does not count in the conference standings. On the 23rd at Virginia State, and on the 25th at Virginia Union. Next home game will be Monday, December the 2nd against Winston-Salem State. So we'll have a CIAA doubleheader for you here on Monday, December the 2nd. And until then, for our crew, I'm Emerson Phillips. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is the CIAA Sports Network.